Okay, so till yesterday what we saw, that is the exception handling, right? How, what is the exception, how exception will occur, and how we can handle the exception. Yesterday we saw that, right? And if exception will come, so what JVM will do, we saw that yesterday, right? So today we will see the another thing, that is the exception as well as the finally block, means try, catch, and today we'll see the finally block also. So finally block is very easy, same like a what I said, that is the do while. Instead of do anything, any condition will follow also, that time also it will be executing, right? Same thing happen here also, finally execute all the times. There are some condition, in that condition finally will not execute, but finally will execute all the time. So first we will quickly revise all the things. Okay, so simply will come here, and here is our finally. Not this. This one, right? So here, what, whenever exception will come, so JVM will create an object, means JVM stop that method there only, it will be abnormally terminate the program there. And what it will do, whichever method having the exception, right, whichever method having that exception, so that method will create an object, and inside that object it will add three things, that is the exception name, description, and the stack trace. And then JVM will ask to that method, do you handling the exception or not, right? It will ask to that method, so do you handling that exception or not. Suppose that method is means handling the exception, so it will transfer that code to the, it will transfer that code to the catch block, because inside the catch block we have a handling code, right? If that method is not handling the code, so what it will do, it will pass that object to the default exception handler, and default exception handler will simply print that object, right? Default exception handler simply print that object. So this like our JVM will work, and this like exception will come, so this like activities will happen, right? Suppose it will come here, and here I am writing system dot, same example we will take here. Okay, so suppose one, after that I'm writing here. Okay, and here I'm writing two. Okay, two, then here I'm writing three, then here I'm writing four, here I'm writing five. Okay, if I print this one, if I run this one, so now what will be the output we will get, what will be the output we will get, what will be the output we will get, 1 2 3 4 5, yes, 1 2 3 4 5 we will get, right? So if I run this one, so 1 2 3 4 5 simply we will get on the console. Now if I remove this one from here, and if I write here 100 divided by 50, so what will happen here, and what will be the output we will get now? 1 2 2 2 4 5 minus half is same, Dagaon is saying 1 2 3 4 5. Anyone having another answer? Rajesh is saying 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, if I run this one, so same thing we will get, no, because 50 100 divided by 50 means 2 we will get, right? So here 2 only we will get. If I run this one also, so 1, then here 2, then 3, then 4, and 5 simply we will get here. Suppose if I remove this 0 from here, 5 from here, now what we will get, what will be the output we will get? Arithmetic exception, one and exception arithmetic, yes, Teja is saying right answer, right? One and arithmetic exception we will get, right? It will came the arithmetic one and the arithmetic exception. If I run this one, see, one and arithmetic exception is came. So what is happened inside, right? If exception is come, so what is happening inside? Simply I will copy this one, will come to the page. Okay, and here what I am doing is simply I will click on this one, and here I am pasting my code. This is my code. So what will happen here? Simply JVM will come to the main method first, right? Simply JVM will come to the main method first. And where is the main method? Here is the main method, right? So here is the main method. It will be come to the main method first. After that, where it will go? It will go to the system.out.println. So one will be print on the console. After that, JVM will come to the this line, that is the 100 divided by 0. 100 divided by 0 means we cannot able to divide 0 by any number. So what it will do, it will give the exception in this line. if JVM will see we have an exception in this line. So whichever method having that exception, now in which method this exception is present? Inside the main method, right? Inside the main method exception is present. So what this method will do? This method simply create an object. This main method will create an object like that. This is the object, right? And inside that object it will add three things. First thing is that is the exception name, right? After that exception name, after that description, right? And after that it will add simply stack trace, right? It will create an object and it will add three things here, that is the exception name, description and this tag trace there, right? After that what JVM will do? JVM will ask to this method, whichever method having this that exception, no, it will ask to that method, do you handling the exception or not, right? JVM will ask to this main method, right? Main method having the do you handling the exception or not, simply like that, right? Do you handling the exception or not? If you are handling the exception, then it will come to the try catch block. But if you are not handling the exception, it will give this object to the default exception handler. Okay, if you are not handling the exception, then it will give this object to the default exception handler, right? It will come here, it will see here, it have given the object to the default exception handler, and default exception handler simply printing that things. See here, first is the exception name, after that here is the description, divide by 0, and after that here, that is the stack trace, in which line it is present, in which method we have an exception, it will be print all this thing. Till this we saw yesterday, right? If you want to handle this exception, how we will handle that? Suppose in this line the exception will become, right? So what it will do? Simply we will use here try and catch here. Simply I will cut this line, control X, okay, and after that I am using here try and catch. Inside the try block, what we will write? Inside the try block, what we will write? Inside the try block, what we will write? 100 divided by 50. 100 divided by 50. Why? Inside the try block. Yesterday, yes, now one is saying the right thing, that is the risky code, right? Inside the try block, we will write the risky code. Suppose I know that right inside this line we have a maybe error will occur or exception will occur in this line. So what we will do? We will write this thing into the try block. We will write this thing into the try block, because maybe in this line the error or exception will become. So we will write this line into the try block. Inside risky code we will write inside the try block. After that simply we will write here catch, and inside the catch block here what we need to write? The exception. So which exception will become? Yesterday we know that is the arithmetic exception. Simply we will write here arithmetic exception, and simply we will print it here. System.out, and anything we want that we will print here. Cannot divide by 0. Simply we will write like that. And if I run this one now, yes, this is called as the handling code. Okay, inside the catch block what we will write? That is the handling code. Okay, and if I run this one, so what we will get? That is the cannot divide by 0. Why? If exception is come here, so it will come to the this one, that is the cannot divide by 0. Suppose if you take one scenario, I am copying this one here and I am pasting here upside, and here I am writing 2. Now what will be the output we will get? 2 will be print or not? Yes or no? Two will be print or not? See, what will be the output we will get? Then just tell me that. Cannot divide. Okay. 2 will be print or not? Anything, any guess, you can guess also. It is wrong also, that is also okay. Because just we are clearing the basics. No. Nagaon is saying no. Okay, 2 will not print. Anyone have any another answer, like 2 will be print or 2 will be, it will be not print, like that? Only type yes or no, no, or otherwise you can speak also yes or no. Only 2 to 3 people are saying for printing. Rajesh, Teja and Nagavari, I think, and Rajesh. Yes, these two to three people are only giving the answer, and Manasa. These three or four people are giving the answer only. Bharat Reddy, yes. Okay. Bharat Reddy is saying no. Ratnagari is saying yes. Saurav is saying no. Okay. Now if I want to print this one, simply we'll run this one, and we will what we will get see 1, 2, then cannot divide by 0, 3, 4, 5. So why it is printing like that? Why it is printing 2? Because we have right here inside the try block. Why it is printing like that? So it will become here inside the main method. So JVM will see main method and it will come here and it will print 1 on the console first. Right. After that, here is the 2. Right, here is the 2, that is the system.out.println, here is the 2, so it will print 2 on the console. After that, here is the 100 divided by 0. Right, meeting is closed or open? Here 100 divided by 0, it will print first 2. After divide, here is the 100 divided by 0, it will print 1 on the console, 2 on the console. After that 100 divided by 0, here is the exception. So what it will do, it will come here inside the catch block, cannot divide by 0. It will print cannot divide by 0 on the console. After that, here it will come 3, 4 and the 5. It will print 3, 4 and the 5. Now we will take the another scenario here. Simply I will come here, I will copy this one, I will cut this one and you can paste it here. Now 2 will be print or not? Tell me that 2 will be print or not? Yes, 2 will be print or not? Yes, yes, so we say yes, yes, it will be print, okay. Yes, Usman is also saying yes. Okay, so 2 will be print. Anusha is also saying yes. Okay, so now we will try to print that one. Simply we will come here and we will try to run this. Okay, simply we will run. See, 2 is not printing. Why? Simply it will come here. JVM will come here into the first line. It will see system.out.println, it will print 1 on the console. After that, inside the try block, we have this line. These two lines we have. So what it will do? Simply it will come here system.out.println, and here is the exception. Right here we have a exception. So what it will do? Where it will see the exception, it will directly come to the catch block. Whenever it have a exception, it will directly come to the catch block. So here is the exception, so it will be ignore this line and it will come to the catch block directly, and it will print cannot divide by 0, and after that it will come here 3, 4 and 5. If any exception will come, so don't write the another line below that line. Okay, because it will, when exception is coming into this line, so it will not consider this line, it will ignore this line. Okay, it will ignore this line. Many people have the doubt in this one only. So this is the thing, if any exception will occur, so it will ignore this line and it will directly jump to the catch block. Okay, it will directly jump to the catch block. After that we will take the another scenario. If I write here 50 simply, and if I run this one, so now 50 will be print sorry, what will be the output we will get now? What will be the output we will get? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, anyone have any another one? Anyone have any another answer? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think everyone is seeing on the screen also. I think 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if I run this one, see, same output we will get. Why this time 2 is printing? 1, 2, 2 and 3, 4, 5. Why this 2 is printing now? Because if it is there any exception, so it will come to the catch block, but this time no exception is there. So what it will do, it will print this line also and it will print this line also. Okay, this is the scenario. After that, what we will do, simply we will remove this line, we remove all this. Okay, now I will ask you one thing. Suppose any exception is there inside the main method. Okay, suppose any exception is found inside the main method. So who will create an object? Who will create an object? Who will create an object? Main method. Now is same main method. Anyone have any another answer? JVM will create an object. Like that. JVM will create or main method will create? Nagar is saying main method. Okay, Bhargava is saying main method. Sorry if I pronouncing the wrong name. Main method. This one is also saying the main method. Okay, see, if we have a exception inside the main method, so that method will create a. Yesterday we had a question in the in group on infinity output by using double and where can you please elaborate such. Okay, I will explain you that one also. I also saw that one that thing first time only. Okay, and yesterday I also checked that. Okay, so we will see that thing also. Okay, so here see, if you have a doubt, if you have an exception inside the main method, so what it will do, it will print, means who will create an object? This is the main method. Main method will create an object, and main method create an object, and it will pass to this method, right? Sorry, JVM will ask to this method like you are handling the exception or not. Suppose we will take the another scenario. Here I have the another public void m1. Okay, and here I am printing system.out, and here I'm writing hello. Okay, and here I'm simply calling that method view text. Okay, obj, and here I'm writing obj dot simply. Okay, simply I'm writing like that. So if I run this one, so what will be the output we will get? If I run this one, so what will be the output we will get? Hello, hello. Okay. If I run this one, this is a simple one, right? We have seen from first biology. If I run this one, so hello will be printed on the console. Suppose this time we have a exception inside this method. Now who will create an object? This time exception is there inside the m1 method. So who will create an object? Dagon is saying m1 method. Okay. Anyone have any other answer? Anyone have any other answer? Teja is also saying m1 method. Okay, that is good. Anyone have any other answer like main method will create and like that? Okay. In this case, what will happen? See, in this case, what will happen? I will tell you. Simply, you will copy this thing and you will go to the head. Okay, do you right here? Don't save. Here I am pasting my code. These are code. So JVM will come to the first is the main method. Right, JVM will come first to the main method. Here is the main method. Here we are creating an object, and after that here we are calling the method. So it will come to the m1 method. In this line we have a exception. Okay, in this line we have a exception now. So what JVM will do first? So JVM will first abnormally terminate the program here. Okay, JVM will abnormally terminate the program here. After that, what it will do? Method which having the exception, the method which having the exception, that will create an object. So now, which method having the exception? That is the m1 method, right? M1 method having the exception. So who will create an object? That is the m1 method. And inside that object, it will add the three things now. First one is the same thing as the exception name. Okay, after that what it will do, it will add here description again, and it will add here again the third thing, that is the stack trace. Okay, exception name, description, and the stack trace. Okay, after that what it will do, it will ask to that main method, sorry, it will ask to the m1 method, do you handling the exception or not? Okay, it will ask to the m1 method, do you handling the exception or not? So this time it is handling the exception. No, right, it will not handling the exception. So what it will do, it will not go to the default exception handler directly. Okay, it will not go to the default exception directly. what it will do, it will come to the caller method. It will come to the caller method. See here, this is the m1 method. Who is calling this method? That is the main method. From main method we are calling the m1 method. No? So what it will do, it will come to the m1, so it will come to the caller method. And which is the caller method? That is the main method. Main method is the caller method here, right? So first it will ask to the m1 method, do you handling the exception or not? If this method is not handling the exception, it will come to the caller method. And from which method we are calling this m1 method? That is the main method. So it will ask to this caller method, do you handling the exception or not? Okay, it will ask to the caller method again, do you handling the exception or not? So this time also caller method also not handling the exception. So what it will do, it will pass this object to the default exception handler. Otherwise, if any code is there here in the caller method or in the method in which exception occur, it will execute that one. Okay, that is the basic, that is the twist we have. Okay, many people are confused between that. If exception is there, it will directly goes to a default exception handler. No, it will not happen like that. It will goes to the caller method first. It will ask to the caller method. Okay, after that, suppose we will come here and we will try to handle the exception here. How we will handle the exception? Simply with the try catch. Simply I am writing here try catch block. Inside try, I am writing here the risky code, that is the 100 divided by 0, and here I am writing arithmetic exception, and here simply I am printing system.out, and here I am printing the hello. If exception will occur, so hello we have to print on the console. Okay, so that is the thing. If I run this one now, so what will be the output we will get? If I run this one now, what will be the output we will get? Hello. Page is saying hello. Okay. If I run this one, so hello will be printed on the console simply. Right. It will come here JVM. Right. JVM will come. Yes. Dagauram. Bhargav is hello. Okay. It will come to the main method. It will create an object. It will come to the object.yum method here. Right. After that, here it will see we have an exception inside the 100 divided by 0. So where it will go? It will directly goes to the catch block. And where inside the catch block what we have wrote? There is the hello. It will print hello on the console. Before I told you, like, if we are not handling the exception here, so it will come to the caller method. Right? It will come to the caller method. It will ask to the caller method that you are handling the exception or not. So this time what we will do? Simply we will not handle the exception here. We will try to handle the exception here inside this line. So simply I will cut this one and I am writing here try catch block. Try. Okay, here I am writing risky code and here I am writing the catch block. Here I am writing arithmetic exception and here I am printing simply. Hello. Okay, now if I run this one, so what will be the output we will get? Any exception or hello? If I run this one now, so what we will get? Rajesh is saying exception, Teja is saying hello, Nikita is saying hello. Okay, see, if I run this one now, so what will be the output we will get? That is the hello. Why hello we are getting? So simply JVM will come here into the main method. It will create an object. After that, it will come to the try block and it will see object.m1. So it will come to the m1 method here. It will call the m1 method and here is the exception. So when exception will come, so what JVM will do? JVM will abnormally terminate the program here, and the method in which exception is there, that will create an object. So which method having the exception now? That is the m1. So m1 method simply create an object, and inside that object it will add three things. That is the exception name, description, and the stack trace. Okay. After that, JVM will ask to this method, that is the method in which exception is there. So it will ask to that method, do you handling the exception or not? So this time m1 method what it will say? No, I am not handling the exception this time because any handling code is not there. No. So what it will do? It will not give this object directly to the default exception handler. It will come to the caller method. Okay, it will directly come to the caller method. So who is the caller method here? That is the main method. Caller method means the method from which we are calling the another method. Okay, so from here we are calling the method, right? So this is called as the caller method. So main method is calling the m1 method, so it will come here inside the main method and it will ask to the main method this time, do you handling the exception or not? Okay, do you handling the exception or not? So what this method will say this time, yes, I am handling the exception this time, right? And whatever code is there, it will be print that it will handle this code to the this one, and it will print whatever code is there inside the exception catch block. It will be printed. So simply it is printing hello on the console. In this style of handling, if we have code under the exception, this style of handling, if we have a code under the exception, m1 will get executed, right? Means in this style of handling, if we have code under exception, if we have code under exception means m1 will get executed. See what it is doing. Firstly, it is yes bro, yes bro. Huh. See what it will do now. Simply, if you have a exception here inside this line, inside a try block. Okay. So inside a try block, if you have exception, or upside we have exception, so it will be not executed. But in this line we don't have any exception. We have exception here. Okay. And suppose if we have a line here system dot out simply, and here we have a 100 divided by 0 here. So this time it will be ignored because we have an exception here, right? So it will be directly come to the catch block. But this time we are writing object.m1 here. So it will become here and it will call the caller method. Okay, it will ask here first and it will ask here at last, right? So that time it will be not ignored. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the thing. If we have an exception here, and it is, I'm suggesting that, like many people are suggesting that if you have to handle the exception, try to handle the exception wherever exception is occurred. Suppose exception occurred in this line, so try to handle this exception here, not into the caller one, because if we have there is any exception or not, so it will be not handle that. Okay, so if we have an exception here, to try to handle this here, don't handle this code in the caller method. Okay, after that another thing is that is the finally block. Another one is the finally block. Suppose if we have an exception, okay, here is the object.m1, and if we are handling here the try catch with the try catch block. Simply I'm writing here try catch block, and here I'm writing the system.out, and here arithmetic exception. Okay, and after that what I'm doing is simply here I'm printing system.out, and here I'm printing hello. Okay, simply I'm printing here the hello. So when try catch will be, when here is the exception, then this block will be executed. If I run this one now, so what will be the output we will get? What will be the output we will get? Simply hello, right? If I run this one, so hello will be printed on the console. Now another one is that is the, suppose if you want to use the finally, so simply we have to use the finally like this. Finally, then curly brace open and curly braces close, and simply you have to write here system.out, and here we have to write anything we can write. Simply I'm writing here finally. Okay, finally block can be executed anytime if there is exception will occur. If exception will not occur also, so that time also finally will execute. So this time exception is there inside the try block, so this time finally will execute or not, and what will be the result we will get? Anyone? What will be the result we will get? I told you, no, finally will execute at any time. So what will be the output we will get? Hello finally, hello finally. If I run this one, so hello finally we will get on the console. Now suppose we don't have any exception here. Now what will be the output will be get? Now what will be the output we will get? Two finally, two finally, two finally. Okay, if I run this one, So true finally will be print on the console. And why we are using the finally? Suppose see try block. Why we are using the try block? For the risky code we are using the for the risky code we are using the try block. After that, why we are using the catch block? For the handling code. For handling code we are using the catch block. After that, why we are using the finally is for the cleanup code we are using the finally. Is it mandatory to have finally block while handling the exception? See, I will tell you the scenarios. See, when we are using the database handling, database connection, file open, file close, that time it is necessary to use the finally block. Suppose you are opening the file here. Okay, suppose if you are opening the file here and some exception will occur, so that file may be open there only. Okay, suppose I will tell you. See, suppose you have a 3 lines here, first, second, and third. Okay, if I tell you the file handling, it will be difficult for you. So I will take one example only. Suppose here is the file will open. Here is we have a some code. Here is some we have some code, and here our file will be closed. So here we have write the code for the opening the file. Here we have some code for the some logic we have, and here our file will be closed. Here our file will be closed. Suppose our file is open here. Okay, suppose our file will be open here, and here is the some code, but inside that code many times, or suppose one time, what it will do, here exception is occurred. Okay, suppose exception is occurred in this line, so what it will do, it will directly come to the catch block and it will not close the file, right? It will directly come to the catch block and it will not close the file. So what it will do, it is there many chances that our data will be leaked, right? Is there many chances that data will be leaked. So what we will do is this, in this scenario what we will do, we will write this close or clean up code inside the finally block. Means anytime our finally will be executed, right? Suppose if exception will occur or not occur, our file will be closed, right? Suppose if we take the database one. Okay, suppose we have opened the database here. After that we are writing some logic here, and after that we are closing the database here, our database. Inside database, many mandatory files will be there, or some mandatory documentation or database will be there, right? Suppose we are opening the database here, we are writing some code here, and after that we are closing the database here. Okay, suppose we are open, our database open, our code will be in execution, but in mid of that time some exception is occurred in the our code. Some exception is occurred in our code. So what it will do, it will ignore the line and it will directly come to the catch block, and it will not close our database or the file. So that time our file will remain open, and anyone can leak our data, right? Anyone can leak our data or leak our database also. So for that, what it will do, we will write cleanup code like closing the database, closing the file, all that things we will write inside the finally block, because finally block execute all the times, right? Because finally block execute all the time. Because see, some open file will be open, if exception will occur also, it will execute this one also, and it will execute this one also. And where is the close of code? Here. So it will close that code here. Okay, so that is the reason we are using the finally block. For the cleanup code we are using the finally block. Okay, so that is the thing. Another thing is that some scenarios are there, that time our finally block will not be executed. So which are that scenarios? So see, using of system.exit method. If you are using system.exit method, that time our finally block will be not executed, causing fatal error that causes the process to abort it. Means if there is error will be occur, for that we are means we need to abort the process. That time our finally block will not execute. After that, due to error occur in the finally block, sometimes error will be occur inside the finally block only, so that time also finally block will be not execute. And after that, death of the code, death of the thread. So what is the thread and all, we will see inside the next means in the next week we will see what is meant by thread and all. So after that you will easily understand what is meant by death of the thread. If thread will be there, thread will be in the dead state, that time also we will it will means finally block will be not execute. These are the 4 scenarios in which finally block will be not execute: when system.exit method will be performed, some fatal error that causes process to abort it. After that, due to error occur inside the final block in itself, and after that date of the trade. So this time in this scenarios only finally block will be not execute, otherwise finally block will be executed at any time. Okay, inside the finally block what we will write, that is the cleanup code. Okay, inside the finally block simply we will write the cleanup. Okay, so till there anyone have any doubt? Anyone have any doubt till here? No, no. Okay. Okay. So today's assignment is that you have to create a program on the color method. Like I have created the program now uh, uh, whereas the exception is occurred inside the another method, and that method is creating the object, and GVM will ask to that method like if you are handling the exception or not. If that method is not handling, so it will become to the main method, means caller method. So same like that you have to create a program, and after that you have to create one program on the finally block also. Okay, so that's it for today guys. If you have any doubt and all, you can ping in the group or you can ping it ping me. Okay, we asked about the customer, we will see that after the exception handling. Okay, this is the important thing, so we have to clear as soon as possible. Okay, and after that if you have any doubt at all, I will try to solve that. Due to my health issue I have didn't able to solve that. Okay, sorry for that. After onwards I will solve all the doubt. Okay, if you have any doubt you can ask me or you ask in the group. Okay, so that's it for today guys. Thank you for your time. We'll meet tomorrow, or sorry, we will meet on Monday. Bye.